Well, here we are in my car, my Tesla Model 3 SR Plus in Canada, and just in the last few minutes I got a notification on my phone that there's an update available, so here we are. And if I can use the telephoto properly on this thing, you can see that it is 2019 4051, takes about 25 minutes to install, so we'll do that. And we'll come back, because I have to go and charge this beastie up.
Adjacent lane speeds. That's obviously a safety issue. Not sure how some drivers will like having their car slow down automatically. Voice commands. Well, I've had no problems with mine up to now. It's been kind of limiting, but it's nice to have some expansion on that. We'll try it out. Phone improvements, well, I don't take calls in my car very often, so I'll turn it on and we'll see in the future if I can do messaging as well. But I do like camp mode. In Canada, not freezing when you get caught out in the cold in your car when it breaks down is going to be champion. Tesla Theatre, well, I'm not sure if I've even got premium connectivity now, so I'm not sure if that's a benefit to me or not. Stardew Valley, don't play games much, but hey, some of the millennials out there might like this. Backgammon, that's my game though. Voice keyboard, not quite sure. That's talking about putting voice into text into your car. And tracks, version 1. My wife will love that, she's a musician. Saving dash cam clips on a honk, yeah, nice additive to the collection of dash cam features. And saving a driver profile with a few more bits of information, wonderful.
Today's little run is to get my car charged. We're at 167, and I've deliberately let it run down a bit because I want to get out to a charger that can really push the power into this battery. So let's go find charging. Oh, updating an hour ago. It's not connecting. Let's try that again. Okay, where were we? Today's little expedition is to get out and get my car charged. It's 161 clicks. And where are we? Controls. Oh, I want controls. It's either this phone or this app is not behaving. Not sure which it is. If it's the phone, don't get the Moto 1 action. If it's the app, which is... yeah, there's nothing going on here. Not sure what's going on. Third time lucky? Who knows? Yes, it's moving. Charging. 161. Gotta move that all the way back. Oh, come on. I'm really getting frustrated with either the phone or the app, one of the two. Not sure which it is. Yep, now it's locked up again. Something's going on with this phone. Okay, I want to get my car charged. It's at 161, and I'm going to use one of the fast chargers I've just opened recently. Actually, it's not the latest. It's been around for a few months, I think. Strathmore. Yep, it's been sent to my car. And that means it'll turn up on the navigation chart momentarily. There you have it. Right there. Cool. State of charge is that. And now I gotta get on the road. Maybe I can set this limit thing up to where it's supposed to be. Oh, do I hear? Fine. Thank you. Not sure what's going on. Tell me it's the phone. Oh no, at least it's reflected it there. There we go. Now it's doing it. Don't get that. Trials and tribulations of technology. getting some weird things happening with the voice commands. Open HVAC. It's now saying, say navigate to Palo Alto, drive home, where is Grant Street? Say play Starman by David Bowie. Say call Steve Jones, dial 555-123-4567. Why is it telling me that? Apparently I can't use any voice commands. It keeps coming up with these prompts. It's telling me it's preconditioning the battery for supercharging. Good! That's the first positive thing I've had in the last 10 minutes. This is my second trip out to Strathmore from Calgary, and I hit Barlow Trail intersection, and despite the fact it says navigate on autopilot, it shuts down. And even though I've got it on now, as you can see, it's not navigating on autopilot east of Calgary on Glenmore. I'll be taking the 791 shortly, and up to the main Trans-Canada, and none of it last time was on navigate on autopilot. The Tesla rep in Calgary said that it's still learning. Well, how many people get out this way then in Teslas? Am I the only one? I don't think so. Maybe. Possibly. Anyway, I guess 2 trips, will that be enough? I'd like to have it back on navigate on autopilot, especially today. It's a little foggy. Amazing to see what happens with the nags. Here we go. About every 30 seconds right now it's nagging at me. This is really annoying. I mean, this thing's got radar. Fog is not an issue. But it's nagging at me every 30 seconds. There again, see? And now it's telling me the right door pillar camera's blocked again. I've got a scheduled mobile call for January 2 to get that fixed. And hopefully then things go back to normal. But right now I seem to have very limited autopilot capabilities. Every time I leave town, there we go again. Every time I leave town, that message comes up. I don't get it during my times in town. And I just hit a playground zone, so I hope autopilot full self-driving actually gets to recognize these signs. Playground zone, whether it's just the kids crossing or the full meal deal. It's very annoying that the fog is getting in the way of autopilot, on top of the fact I've got a right pillar camera issue. And that message has just come up again. Pretty much every time I leave the city boundaries, it's happened. I'm not sure if this camera will pick it up. But I see vehicles up ahead in the fog. Tesla doesn't see them yet. I'm not saying my eyesight's X-ray vision, but you know, I can see them. There's 2. There's one overtook the other one. It's now just looks like 1. No, autopilot's not seeing it. That's about 300 yards, 300 meters. Here we go. Yeah. It's not showing up yet. I've noticed that the cameras at the front will pick up to about 150 to 200 meters out. So maybe it'll start showing up if we get just a tad closer. down to about 100 yards and it's still not seeing it. That's a little unnerving. Oh, there it is. It's finally showed up. Woo, thank goodness for that. So that's about 100 yards. I would prefer if it could see a little further forward. More time to react if something goes wrong. I've just passed a car and I'm just going to indicate back over, and it immediately changes the lane. Lovely. And that's despite the fact that the right pillar camera is not working. So it's either adapted or it's fixed the problem, because last time it wouldn't do this. But then I just have had an update and navigate the voice controls aren't working, so I need a reboot. I'll do that when I get to the supercharger. In the meantime, I'll just play some music, relax in the driver's seat, and try and film things as they happen. Oh, another nag. Interesting, it's taken the navigate on autopilot option out. There's my energy usage. It says I'm going to be down to about 17% by the time I get to the supercharger. I was hoping it would be fairly low. I want to get as much of a charge as I can. Using up those referral kilometers. If I don't do this, I'm never going to get a chance to use them, and apparently they do disappear, from what I'm told, which would be kind of sad. Well, as we get below 20%, a lot of features turn off. Sentry mode is currently unavailable, and it's telling me the battery's low. There'll be significant less energy available from your battery as it gets colder. Recommend charging now, which is great. This is what I'm going to do. Alright, I barely get back into the car and it's already starting to ramp up. That's about the most power I've ever seen going into this car in the 2.5 months that I've had it. I'm going to turn off the HVAC. Let's see if that affects things. And the battery pack is expanding. Those knocks, if you've heard them, are the battery pack. As you can probably tell, I've set the limit to the maximum, because it won't stay there. I'll burn off another 60 kilometers. Actually, I'll burn off probably closer to 100, 120 kilometers just getting back to Calgary. Even though it's only about 57, 58 kilometers. Oh yeah, there it is. 59 kilometers to get out to here. That's not what I'll burn off. Unless of course the pack is at nominal temperature, in which case it might just burn kilometer for kilometer. But typically in this weather, and it says it's about -4 degrees, that it burns about 1.5 times for every kilometer. Well, we were getting a good rate. It seems to have dropped. I was hoping for something a little higher. We're into the... oh, there's another thunk. Kind of was hoping somewhere around 120 to 150, because I thought this thing had, the recent update had allowed it to go up to about 170. Correct me if I'm wrong. The kilowatt seems to be dropping. Well, this is a tad disappointing. I really was expecting something a little faster than what we're down to now, 80 kilowatts. It was preconditioning the battery, so I was assuming that with like less than 20% that it would give it a full whack, at least for about 5 or 10 minutes. We got up above 100 and then it just dropped back down. And it seems to be continuing to drop back down. There's something really odd about this car. These are supposed to be V3 superchargers. I was wondering if I should move to another spot. The boxes are over there, and the ones on the right hand end I believe are the V3 boxes, because I've just seen a fully charged show out of the UK, and I recognise those boxes on the right hand end because they were detailing one of the first V3s in London, UK. Okay, maybe I'll just unhook here and move my car and see if it picks up a little differently. Okay, I moved the car, relocated it. As you can see, the boxes now are right in front of me, just to see if it would do anything different. But we're now down to about 73 kilowatt charging rate, 500 kilometers per hour, which means I'm still going to get a time of about 45 minutes. That's really odd, because I'm not even up at half. Yeah. Based on all the YouTube videos I've seen, the initial charge rate is pretty high from a very low start, and then tapers off after it gets up to about 50 or 60%. Yeah. I don't know, somebody explain this to me. Well, here we are, we just had the latest update, and I can't get back to Starman. It's all gone again. This is just an update on a previous video I've made. I'm stuck at the first level there, and if I choose that one, let's go to where I usually would land up. Nope, it's not going to let me there. Here we go again. All the settings are gone. Well, here we are now at about 4:20 in the afternoon. In the best part of an hour. We're up to almost maximum. I've never gotten it to 381 before, but then I've never sat patiently enough for it to decide that it's finished charging. Usually it's down to 5 minutes and we're down to 1 kilowatt, and I just sort of say that's enough. Today I just wanted to see what happens when it gets to the end of its charging cycle. It's down to 1 kilowatt. It's about as much as a hairdryer. Let's just turn that off. I put that on to see what would happen. My phone is online telling me approximately the same thing. Okay, my screen just flipped to black. Let's see. Entertainment. Theatre. It's now saying connect to Wi-Fi. I've had my vehicle about 2.5 months, and I understand that the premium access is going to end at the end of the year, but so why am I in that position already? Don't understand. Somebody clarify that? Take me home. Oh, now it works. I've been trying that for 10 minutes with various things and nothing happened. It just came up with that same, say that again. Show me the rear view camera. Yeah, there we go. That's what I was expecting it to come up. I'm not sure if my accent's getting in the way. Open rear view camera. Nope. Not the accent. I'll reboot in a minute and see what happens. Okay, it's about 4:30. I've rebooted the computer and I'm going to focus on this little area down here and I'm going to say open rear view camera. Take me home. Open autopilot. Open charging panel. Open driving display. It worked. Open autopilot display. It worked. After lots that haven't been working, maybe it's finally getting to know me. Who knows? Open rear camera. Show me the rear camera. Open charging display. Just fluke. Open navigation display. Nothing. Open service display. That one worked. Open driving display. Open quick controls. Open quick controls. Open control display. Cancel. You've understood that. I'm almost shouting. Open camera display. Wow. I have to shout to get the command. That's too much. I've never had to do that. It's dead quiet here. I'm in a car, in a mall, but there's no significant noise. It should be able to hear me. Hey Tesla. No, that doesn't work. Take me home. Open web browser. Apparently I still don't have connectivity. That's a bummer. My wipers are going 19 to the dozen. It's now telling me my front camera is blocked. If it can focus. It's not focusing. Interesting, everything's going wrong today. Well, the message just disappeared, but it's telling me the front camera now is gone. Yeah, and this thing's going mad trying to wipe everything. And it's dry. Finally! And it's also obviously not letting me do any auto anything. Not sure what's going on here. Somebody tell me what's going on? It's the first time I've really had a chance to test any of these functions out outside of the city, where I've just had, you know, 3 or 4 main lanes I can play with. This, oh, finally, it's come back. It thinks it can see. Let's try it and see, shall we? That disappeared the moment I tried to use it. Auto steer, temporary unavailable. And the wipers are going again. I just turned off the number 1 highway in Canada onto the 791, and all this just happened right after I turned. Just decided everything was going to go offline. And it's staying that way. Oh, autopilot's apparently come back online. Nope, gone off again.
In 2 kilometers, turn right onto Highway 560.
Considering this is just a basic half-hour drive out of the city, a lot happens that shouldn't. And why it keeps wiping, I don't know. If the camera up front has got fogged up for some reason, it was almost instantaneous. And the message did come up on the screen that they couldn't see out of the front camera. I mean, yes, it's a little foggy, but the wipers are acting like they can't see. Probably going to need 2 hands here to turn everything. Well, that was interesting. I'm just turning the camera off and the thing decided it's going to get upset at me. It obviously saw the big red sign up. Well, let's not go that way. And decided that it was going to yell at me. Well, at least that part's working. I was not really anywhere near the intersection, but obviously scanned and saw a stop sign. It was a pretty big stop sign. But I already knew I had to come to a halt, so thank you very much for the warning, but a little late. Well, maybe I should leave the camera running, because just as I turned it off, that flashed up. It's obviously having trouble seeing out the window. The window is perfectly clear. Okay, switching to my phone because my camcorder I was using has a tiny battery and it's... Hello? It really is getting upset. Wipers are going full speed here. Kind of wondering what it's actually using. If it thinks it can't see with its camera, or one of its 3 cameras, it's got at least the radar going out front. There's no slush or snow on the front of the car. It's having trouble. Yep. Now it just kicked off. Yeah, I kind of figured it was having trouble. Well, back to a manual car. I'm going to disable the wipers and just drive normally. There's not much point in me trying to... This thing's driving me crazy. Okay, apparently I've got Navigate and Autopilot back. Last time I tried this a few minutes ago, I put it on and it immediately aborted. I mean, big time. Big bright flashing wheel and hands. Yeah, it's a bit foggy, but this car has radar. It shouldn't care. Took about 5 minutes for it to come back online. I turned the defrost on the front just to see if that would make any difference. For me driving, no. And since that's on the inside, not the outside, shouldn't make any difference to the camera because the front-facing cameras, all 3 of them, are sealed off, I believe, with their own little heater. Okay, my car is showing 304 kilometers after doing 49.3 kilometers. We had 381 on the clock when we first departed from the Strathmore supercharger, and the temperature is -8. So at that temperature we're doing approximately 50%. My car just passed Barlow Trail and therefore it kicked back into Navigate and Autopilot. I'm still not sure what Tesla Service Center told me was true, that it hasn't learned yet to get out to Strathmore on NOA. Well, it required me to wiggle the wheel, but it did it quite promptly. It's good. Lane change was good. Now I'm back on one of the major roads in the city, and things are going back to normal. Navigate and Autopilot works in this area.
In 2 kilometers, take the O2 exit on the right.
Lane changes work. The cameras seem to be working now. Or at least it's driving okay. Still foggy though. And I'm quite disappointed in how much energy I've burned off. Come on. There you go. So that means at this point I've done 52 kilometers of physical range, and my charge has dropped 80 kilometers. And we're hitting traffic, so I'm gonna... What does it want to do? You're kidding me. It wants to change lanes here. And it did it.
Now
Yep.
take the O2 exit
It
on
squeezed
the
in between two cars just fine.
right. In 300 meters, take the O2 ramp on the left. Now take the O2 ramp on the left.
It's a little jerky, but it's certainly driving. Slowing right down, which is excellent. Little on the slow side, but you know, there's no traffic behind me, so I'm not too worried. This is also a tight turn. Earlier when I got onto Glenmore East, it actually got very, very upset. And it merged just fine. Oh, it's not happy. It's
Now
gone.
take the O2 ramp on the left.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't like a sharp turn. It said too severe a turn, but it's perfectly normal traffic. Hold on, just gonna tap that. Not gonna like me. Okay, do it this way. Change hands and do it. It was doing 70, so I had traffic catching up. So I just pushed the button to get it up to full speed, and it's still driving on NOA. Let's see if it takes this one. Yep, it did. Sharply, like it's done before. Oh, all right. It now doesn't know what the speed is. It's actually should go down to about 80, but it doesn't know at this point because there's nothing even listed on the road here. So I don't know how it would know.
Keep left to take exit 245.
It should come up with 80 any second and start going to 80. There it goes. It's all over the place. Yeah, it doesn't like this. Alright, I'm going to take over and drive the rest of the way.